Consult a physician before performing this or any exercise program. This is especially important for people with medical conditions like high blood pressure, heart disease, and diabetes. It is your responsibility to evaluate your own medical and physical condition and to determine whether to perform or adapt any of the exercises in this program. If you have symptoms like weakness, lightheadedness or dizziness, chest pain or pressure, nausea, or shortness of breath, stop and consult your healthcare provider. The audio content of the exercise programs is copyrighted. Reproduction in any format or medium is prohibited unless you receive written permission from BlindAlive, LLC. If you would like to skip the introductory material in this workout, feel free to move to about 7 minutes into the program.
BlindAlive.
Welcome to Eyes Free Fitness, your whole body stretch workout. Hello, I'm Barb Seiden, certified personal trainer, and I will be guiding you through a whole body stretching workout you can do anytime, anywhere. This full body stretching workout will focus on every major muscle group of your body, starting from your head all the way through your toes. This audio can be listened to over and over to guide you through the exercises. However, once you get the hang of it, you can do the stretches on your own. It's completely up to you. With each stretch we do together, you want to feel a gentle pulling sensation in one area of your body at a time. These areas are called major muscle groups. Stretching should never be painful. If a stretch becomes uncomfortable or painful, modify the movement by not extending a body part as much. Change your body position to sitting, standing, or lying down. Or readjust the stretch so it can be more comfortable for you. I will give you suggestions on how to modify each stretch so it can be more comfortable and helpful for you. I will also give you imagery to use to help guide you through the stretching process. These additional descriptions I will give you can help you better understand how to position your body to do the stretches correctly. When we need to stretch one side of the body at a time, we will be starting the stretching exercise on the right side of your body. When you hold a stretch, most stretches should be held for at least 20 seconds. I'll be guiding you through the entire workout to ensure you're holding your stretches for the appropriate amount of time. The only equipment you may need is a chair, floor, or bed. Please note that I'm going to be continuing, discussing, and talking throughout each of the 20-second stretches. So make sure that you hold a stretch until I tell you to release. Let's start our stretching routine. If you've been sitting all day, you may want to start by standing up. If so, when you do these exercises standing up, keep your feet firmly on the ground and your feet about hip or shoulder width apart, or whatever distance apart that is comfortable so you can maintain your balance. Keep your knees soft, which means keep your knees ever so slightly bent so they can act as a spring and give you cushioning. You never want to lock or hyperextend your knees backward when standing and doing any of these stretching exercises. If you prefer, you can do these exercises by sitting comfortably in a chair or on the side of a bed. No matter if you're standing or sitting, keep your back straight and tall and your shoulders back and drop down. You may want to imagine you are wearing a pair of pants that have back pockets and consciously try to push your shoulder blades down your back so they feel like they are going into your back pockets. Make sure you are facing forward with your head up and your ears are in line with your shoulders. Your arms are relaxed into the side of your body. When doing any kind of exercise, it is very important to continue breathing and not hold your breath. I want you to practice now breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. As you breathe in through your nose, you are taking in clean, warm, oxygenated air and opening up your lungs. As you breathe out through your mouth, you can relax and release any tension you may be holding. As we practice the breathing exercises, Relax your jaw and breathe in deeply through your nose, bringing in enough air so you feel like your lungs and ribs are expanding, like your lungs are a balloon that is filling up with air. As you breathe in, you can lift your straight arms out to the side of your body and up over your head. As we practice the breathing exercises, relax your jaw and breathe in deeply through your nose, bringing in air so you feel like your lungs and ribs are expanding, like your lungs are a big balloon that is filling up with air. As you breathe in, you can lift your straight arms out to the sides of your body and up over your head. You want to exhale the air through your mouth. As you now exhale slowly, gently lower your arms out to the side of your body and back down to your sides. The balloon in your chest deflates slowly. If you're new to this type of deep breathing, you may feel a little lightheaded. If so, make sure that you're sitting down. Just take a moment and breathe like this 3 more times to get used to it. Here we go. Deep breath in, lifting your arms overhead, reaching to the sky or ceiling. Hold that breath for just a moment, and now exhaling through your mouth, slowly letting the air go, releasing your arms to the side and down to your side. And again, deep breath in through your nose, arms come up, reach up way up high, hold your breath for a moment, and slowly release that breath as you release your arms to the side. And now relax before we take our last practice breath. Breathing in through your nose, reaching way out, pulling your arms away from your body, all the way up to the sky or ceiling. And release, exhaling out your mouth, slowly relaxing those arms to the side, keeping your shoulders back, your shoulder blades in your back pockets of your pants, and relax. Let's start our stretching routine from the top of our body at our neck. Our first stretch is called the lateral neck stretch. Sit or stand tall with your shoulders rolled back and down. Feel your shoulder blades pushing down into your back pockets. Now, tilt your head to the left side so your left ear goes toward your left shoulder and your chin is facing forward and not tilting down or up. You will feel the stretch in the muscles on the right side of your neck, which are called the Sternocleidomastoid Muscles. Now we are going to hold this stretch for 20 seconds and begin. If you would like an additional stretch, take your left hand and reach over your head toward your right ear. Gently press down on the right side of your head to give an extra stretch to the right side of your neck. Remember to breathe in as you feel the muscles along the left side of your neck relax, and release. As you release your hand from your head, bring it to your side. Slowly straighten your neck and bring your head back to a neutral position, looking forward. Now for the left side of your neck. Tilt your head to the side so your right ear goes toward your right shoulder and you are still facing forward, and your chin is not tilted down or up. You will feel the stretch in the left side of your neck. And begin. Hold this stretch for 20 seconds. Remember, you can always add an additional stretch by taking your right hand and reaching over your head toward your left ear. Gently press down on the left side of your head to give an extra stretch to the left side of your neck. Remember to breathe, breathing in and out through your nose and out your mouth. And release. With both the right and the left lateral neck stretches, you can also readjust the direction you are facing to get an additional stretch for other muscle groups that are close by. For example, if you're stretching the right side of your neck, carefully tilt your chin toward your left armpit and slightly looking down. Let's try it. Take your left ear over to your left shoulder. Now tilt your chin toward your left armpit and look slightly down. Feel the stretch change in the base of the back of your neck? You'll feel that stretch along the right side of your back. Now you are stretching your trapezius muscles. These are muscles that are in the shape of a trapezoid that are part of the upper back at the base of your neck. Release and bring your head up to a neutral position, looking forward with your back straight and tall. Now for the left side, and begin. Take your right ear over to your right shoulder. Now tilt your chin toward your right armpit and look slightly down. Feel the stretch change at the base of the back of your neck. Holding this stretch, breathing in, and release. So now you're looking forward again. Our next movements will continue stretching your shoulders and also stretch your arms. We will start by stretching the front of your shoulders, which are called your anterior deltoid muscles. This anterior deltoid stretch not only stretches the front of your shoulders, but also your chest and biceps, which are the muscles in front of your upper arm. Stand or sit up straight with your chest up, your shoulders back, and looking forward. It is important not to slouch. Bring your arms behind you by your bottom and try to clasp your hands together. While keeping your hands together behind you, raise your arms up straight until you feel a gentle pull in the front of your shoulders. We can go ahead and start this stretch now. Make sure you keep your back straight and look forward as you hold this stretch. If you can't reach your hands together, just lift your arms straight and back behind you. The goal is to keep your chest up, looking forward, and stretching the front of your shoulders in a comfortable yet relaxed position. And release. Keep breathing to feel your chest expand and contract now that you have released the stretch. Let's move on to the back of your shoulders with a posterior deltoid stretch. Posterior means back, and deltoids are your shoulder muscles. You may stand or sit for this stretch, but make sure you're keeping your back straight and tall. We will start stretching the back of your right shoulder first. Bring your right arm straight up in front of you, and then bring it across your body so that your arm is horizontal with the ground and your hand is now to the left of your body. Take your left hand and hold underneath your right elbow for support, and pull your arm in as tight as you can toward your body. Now we're going to hold this stretch for 20 seconds. Hold the stretch while keeping your arms straight, straightening up your back, and breathing in deeply. And release the arm, bringing that arm forward and back down to your side. Now for your left shoulder. Lifting your left arm forward and in front of you, and now bring it across your body. Cradle your left elbow on your right hand and gently pull the left arm across your body and squeeze it in toward your chest. And begin. Once again, your left arm should be horizontal with the ground, and hold that stretch as you take in a deep breath through your nose and exhale slowly through your mouth. Making sure that your shoulder blades are still in your back pocket and you're looking forward and comfortable. Release your arm down to your side just for a moment and notice how your upper body feels. You should feel loosened in your shoulders, like your arms are just hanging off of your torso. With the anterior deltoid stretch that we just did, we stretched one side of your upper arm, the biceps. Now we will stretch the other side of your upper arm, your triceps. The triceps stretch is for the back side of our upper arms. Sitting or standing tall, bring your right arm above your head and bend your elbow so it feels like you are trying to scratch your back with your right hand. You don't actually have to scratch your back, but feel free to do so if you like. For an additional stretch, bring your left hand overhead and grasp your right elbow. Pull the right elbow closer behind your head. Now let's begin holding the stretch for 20 seconds. Either way, if you're holding your elbow or not, continue holding the stretch by reaching down your back with your right hand. Thinking about inhaling and exhaling to feel that full stretch throughout the back of your arm. And release. Bring both of your arms to the side of your body. Relax and change arms. Bring the left arm up and over your head, bending your elbow, and give your back a good scratching. And begin. If you can't reach your back, that's okay. Try to touch the back of your head or neck instead. Feel free to grasp your left elbow with your right hand and pull the elbow behind your head for a deeper stretch. Breathe throughout this stretch and remember to keep your back tall. And release. Now you can rest both of your arms to your side. Your shoulders and arms should be relaxed and loose. This next stretch is the last upper body stretch. It is a small stretch, but it is super important for hand and wrist health and provides an additional stretch for your forearms. It's called the wrist release. This can also be done standing or seated, starting with the right wrist. Reach your right arm straight out in front of you, parallel to the ground, with the palm of your hand facing up. Relax and flex your right wrist back with your fingers pointing to the ground. Palm is now facing forward. Spread your fingers wide. Imagine they are being pulled away from your hand. If you need an additional stretch, take your left hand and pull in on the palm of your right hand so the back of your right hand and knuckles are facing towards you. This pulling motion will enable you to flex your wrist even further. Let's begin. Now we are going to hold this stretch for 20 seconds. If you find that it's difficult to hold your arm up straight, go ahead and take your left hand and bring it underneath your right elbow for support. This can give you some additional assistance in holding your arm up, but you still get the benefit of the wrist stretch. Now release both of your arms to your side, shake your arms out, and now we're going to add an additional stretch to your right wrist. Bringing your right arm up straight in front of you, you're going to have your palm down and let your fingers droop down, pointing to the ground. Take your left hand and bring it to the back of your right hand and pull in. You will feel this stretch on the top of your forearm. Let's hold this stretch for 20 seconds and begin. Again, if you find that it's difficult to keep your arm raised as you're holding this stretch, take your left hand and bring it underneath your right arm for support. You can continue keeping your fingers pointing down toward the ground, stretching out the top of your wrist. And release. Bring both arms down to your side, give a good shake to both arms, and now switching hands to your left wrist. Taking your left arm, reaching it out in front of you, turning your left palm up, and relax your wrist so that your fingers are drooping down. For an additional stretch with your right hand, pull the palm of your hand toward your body. Take a deep breath in, relax, and hold for 20 seconds. And begin. Now you should be feeling this stretch on the front of your forearm. If you need some additional assistance holding that arm up, take your right hand and bring it underneath your left arm for support. And release. Both arms come to your side, shaking your arms out. Take a deep breath in, and we'll complete the wrist stretch with the left arm, bringing it straight in front of you. Palm is now facing down, fingers pointing toward the ground. Taking your right arm and bring it around so that you are able to touch the top of your hand and pulling in so that you feel a stretch on the top of your forearm and wrist. Let's hold that stretch for 20 seconds and begin. As you're holding this stretch, practice your breathing. Take a deep breath in through your nose, hold it for a moment, and gently blowing the air out through your mouth. You should feel your chest expanding as you're taking that breath in and relaxing as you breathe out. Please release your arms and bring them down to your side. Take a moment to feel how open your upper body feels. Your breath might be flowing easier now. Feel the space that you have created. Your arms may feel longer and your shoulders more upright and balanced. Great job. Now we will focus more on the stretching of your upper back with a specific rhomboid stretch. These are the muscles in the upper part of your back. Sitting or standing, place your hands on your thighs right above your knees. One hand on each leg. Inhale deeply, then exhale and round your upper back by pulling your belly button toward your spine and facing down toward your thighs. Let's hold this stretch for 20 seconds and begin. You want to feel like you're a cat rounding and stretching its back. You should feel like your shoulder blades are moving apart and your spine is pushing backward toward your shoulder blades. Continue breathing in through your nose. Exhale out your mouth and release. Sitting up straight and tall, shoulders down, facing forward. Now moving down your body, we will now stretch the sides of your body by making some space between our ribs and our waistline with the lateral side stretches. Sitting or standing tall, bring your arms straight up above your head. Reach way up. Think about someone pulling your hands up to the sky. Feel the stretch in your arms, shoulders, and sides. Breathe as you're stretching. If you like, interlace your fingers as your arms are above your head. Now continue the stretch by bringing your arms over your head to the left side. Both arms are still up, but you are now leaning from your waist over to the left side. If you're sitting, keep your entire bottom on the chair. If you're standing, keep both feet planted firmly on the ground. Your body will be in a crescent shape. Let's begin. Holding this stretch for 20 seconds, think about lengthening your whole body. Try to breathe in and hold for as long as you comfortably can. Reaching over to the side, feel the side of your body elongate. And release. Return to a straight position and relax your arms down to your side. Now, take in a deep breath and begin the stretch to the right side. Bring your arms overhead and interlace your fingers together if you like. You will then take your arms over to the right side. Make sure you're leaning directly to the right and not forward or backward. Create space between your ribs and all the muscles along their sides. And begin. Holding this stretch, keep reaching up and over. Elongate that left side of your body, keeping your bottom on the chair or your feet firmly on the ground. And release. Return to a straight position and relax your arms to your sides. Please know that you do not have to keep your arms overhead as you do these lateral side stretches. You can choose to keep your arms to your sides and reach down with one arm as you lean to the side. For example, you would reach your right arm down as you lean toward the right side to stretch the left side of your torso. There are a couple of muscle groups that you're stretching with this lateral side stretch, including your oblique muscles and the latissimus dorsi muscles in the middle of your back. If you have been standing, please take a seat on a chair with a back. We can use the chair back to help us with our next stretch, a spinal twist. This stretch is a great way to stretch the many rotator muscles along your spine, including your abdominal muscles. With both feet planted flat on the floor in front of you, with your kneecaps pointing in the same direction as your feet and toes, sit up tall with your shoulder blades in your back pockets. Breathe deeply into your chest, feeling your chest expand. Now place your right hand on top of your left thigh. If you are able to bring your right hand to the left side of your left thigh, this will give you even more of a stretch. Now look over your left shoulder, keeping your bottom on the seat of the chair and feet on the floor. You should feel this stretch along the right side of your torso. Let's hold this stretch for 20 seconds and begin. If you can, reach your left arm across the back of your chair. This will help your body further twist toward the left and give you an additional stretch. And release. Now bringing your body facing forward, arms relaxed to the side, and we'll do the same stretch to the other side. With your feet planted firmly on the ground, bring your left hand on top of your right thigh. If you can, bring that left hand to the side of your right thigh for an additional stretch. Keep your bottom on the seat of the chair, and now you will rotate your upper body toward the right, looking over your right shoulder. Holding this stretch for 20 seconds, and begin. As you hold this stretch, you should feel your whole spine elongating upward so you have a nice tall back. Looking over your shoulder, if you need, go ahead and bring your right arm across the back of the chair for an additional stretch. And release. Coming back to center, looking forward, shoulder blades in the back pocket, and relax. Great job. These lower body stretches are for your legs and lower back. The first lower body stretch is for your lower back and hamstrings. Your hamstrings are the back of your thighs. Have a seat on your chair and settle yourself toward the front edge of the chair. Make sure you are stable here and there's not a chance of you slipping off the front of the chair. You want your bottom on the edge of the chair but not the back of your legs if possible. If you aren't able to sit with just your bottom on the seat of the chair, that's okay. Sit further back. If you can, use a chair with armrests and hold onto the armrests to safely sit on the edge of the chair. Now you will straighten both of your legs out in front of you, your feet will be flexed, and your heels firmly on the ground. Your toes will be pointing up toward the ceiling. Keep your knees straight but not locked or hyperextended. Make sure you are sitting up straight with your chest up and looking forward. You may feel this immediately along the back of your legs. If so, continue holding the stretch at this point. If you are ready for more of a stretch to the back of your legs, begin to hinge forward, bending at your hip joints, keeping your back straight. Let's hold this stretch for 20 counts and go. You want to feel like your belly button is going to touch your thighs. Breathe into this stretch. At the point where you're beginning to feel the pull on the back of your legs or in your lower back, hold and relax. Gently come back to a sitting position with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor, the back of your thighs onto the chair. The next stretch exercises two major muscle groups at the same time. It is a hip flexor stretch for the muscles in front of your hip bones. These muscles are between your torso and the front of your thigh. And the quadriceps stretch for the front of your thigh. We will be stretching one leg at a time. This may seem like a tricky stretch, but once you try it and feel the stretch in your hip and thigh, you will want to do it again and again. You will need a chair without arms. Start by sitting comfortably in the center of the seat of the chair with both feet on the floor. You will carefully slide to the right so that the left side of your bottom is firmly on the seat of the chair, but the right side of your bottom is not. Use your left hand to hold on to the left side of the chair seat, just for balance. Your left foot is firmly flat on the floor, but you will take your right foot, keeping it flexed, and slide it backward so that the ball of your right foot is on the ground and your heel is up. Your right foot is now behind you, with your knee pointing down to the ground but not touching the ground, and at approximately a 90-degree angle. Your head, neck, spine, thigh, and knee are now all lined up, one on top of the other. If you'd like more of a stretch in your right hip or quadricep muscle at this point, push your right foot further back so that your knee and foot are now behind your torso. Let's hold this stretch for 20 seconds and begin. Breathing in, holding your breath in, continue exhaling through. This is a tough stretch, so please don't get discouraged. Keep practicing with balancing, stretching, and ensuring your toes are pointing down to the ground and only the ball of your right foot, not the side of your foot, is on the ground. Now release. To release this stretch, carefully bring your right leg in front of you and scoot to the left so that your entire bottom is on the seat of the chair. Tap the toes of both feet on the ground a few times before we move on to the stretch for the left hip flexor and quadricep muscles. When you are ready, slide your body to the left so the right side of your bottom is on the chair seat. Your right foot is on the ground and your left side of your bottom is off to the side of the chair. This time, your left foot will slide back so your knee is pointing down to the ground and the ball of your foot is firmly on the ground. Keep your chest up and your back straight as you hold this stretch. Let's begin holding the stretch for 20 seconds. You can not only push your foot further back to get more of a stretch, but you can push your left hip forward. Either of these motions will give you an additional stretch to the left hip flexor muscle and thigh. And release. Now that you've held that stretch for at least 20 seconds, bring your left foot forward and slide your entire bottom back onto the chair. Take a moment to relax and breathe before we stand up for the next stretch. As we stand up for our next stretch, you may want to use the back of your chair or a wall for balance. And to add additional support for this stretch, we will be stretching our lower leg with a calf stretch. Either hold on to the back of your chair with both hands or stand facing a wall and put both hands flat on the wall. Stand up tall with your feet hip-width apart or comfortably apart and toes pointing forward. Carefully step your right foot directly behind you so you will be in a lunge position, with your left knee bent in front of you, your right leg straight behind you, and right foot still pointing forward. Try to press your right heel to the ground. If you are not able to do so, bring your right foot forward, keeping your leg straight so the whole foot can be completely on the ground. Let's begin this stretch. You will feel the stretch in the back of the upper part of your shin in your calf muscle, otherwise known as the gastrocnemius muscle. Still holding that stretch, now bend your right knee just a little, still trying to keep your heel on the ground. Now you will feel the stretch in the lower part of the back of your shin, known as the soleus muscle and Achilles tendon. This is a great stretch if you wear high heel shoes. Now release. It's time to switch sides. Bring your right foot forward so you are back to a standing position with your feet hip-width apart or comfortably apart. Take a breath and step your left foot behind you. The right knee is bent in front of you and your back leg is straight behind you, so you are in a lunge position again. Feel your body to make sure your left toes are pointing forward and your left heel is on the ground. Feel the stretch going through your calf muscle. Let's hold the stretch for 20 seconds and begin. Still pointing the back foot forward, heel is flat on the ground. Now slightly bend your left knee. Keep the left heel on the ground and feel that stretch in the lower part of your calf. Take a deep breath in, hold the stretch and your breath, and now release both. Wonderful job. These last stretches need to be done on a flat surface, so you can be on the ground or on a bed, whichever is more comfortable for you. We've stretched the front and back of your thighs. Now it's time to stretch the inside and outside of your thighs. Let's start with the inside of your thighs. This stretch is called a butterfly stretch. This stretch can be done either laying down or sitting up. The more gentle form of this stretch is laying down, so that's where we will start. Lie on your back, resting the back of your head gently down on the ground or bed. Bend your knees and put the bottoms of your feet flat on the ground. There's now space under your legs. Now let your knees drop out to the sides. If you can, put the bottoms of your feet together and slide your heels in toward your groin. Your knees out to the side will look like a butterfly wings. Adjust your feet and knees so you are comfortable, yet still feeling the stretch in your hips and inner thighs. Yes, this is another stretch with multiple benefits, adjusting your hips and inner thighs, otherwise known as your adductor muscles. Let's hold the stretch for 20 counts. Begin. You may want to support your knees out to the side with your hands or pillows under your legs. Whatever is needed and comfortable for you. This is an extremely helpful stretch for your entire pelvic region. And release. After holding this butterfly stretch, release your legs and bring them straight out in front of you. And continue laying on your back. Have your arms out to the sides. In this position, some like to think of your arms like the arms of a clock, and your arms will be at 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock. This next stretch is another spinal twist, but also stretches the outer thigh and hips. The outer thigh muscles are the abductor muscles and ultimately connect through the hips and lower back. Let's call this move a spinal twist abductor stretch. Keep your shoulder blades on the ground, bend your right knee, and put the bottom of your right foot on the ground. Keep your left leg straight. Lower your right knee directly to the left so it falls over the left leg. You can take the left arm and gently press on the outside or the right side of your right knee to provide an additional stretch to the outside of the right thigh, hip, and lower back. Let's begin holding this stretch. Yet again, this is another stretch for multiple muscle groups. Make sure to keep both shoulder blades on the ground. Carefully look toward your right hand for an additional neck stretch, or up toward the ceiling. Your right bottom and hip will be off the ground. Keep holding this stretch, continuing to gently push down on the outside of the right knee as needed. And release. Finish by bringing the right knee up and over so your kneecap is now pointing toward the ceiling. Take both hands and put them behind your right thigh. Pull your thigh in toward your torso for a bonus lower back stretch. And hold. Still pulling the thigh in toward your torso, keeping those shoulders on the ground, looking up. And release. Relax your arms to the sides and bring your legs straight down. Now for the left side. Bring your left leg up so your left knee is bent and your left foot is on the ground. Keep your shoulder blades down on the ground and your arms in a 3 and 9 o'clock position. Lower your left knee across your straight right leg. Take your right hand and put it over the outside of your left knee to add a gentle push down to get an additional stretch to the lower back and outsides of your thigh. Begin holding. Feel the stretch going the entire way along the side of your body. Look over your left shoulder or up to the ceiling, whichever is more comfortable. Continue taking those deep breaths and holding the stretch. Now release. Release the stretch and bring your left knee to center. Grab the back of your left thigh with both hands and pull in toward your body. Let's hold this stretch for 20 more seconds. Now feel the change in the stretch, now going through your lower back and over your bottom. And release. Carefully bring your left leg straight down next to your right leg. and relax. One final full body stretch. While laying on your back, bring both of your arms overhead so you are in straight line. Elongate your body as much as you can. Reach, stretch. Take a very deep breath in so your lungs expand and your chest lifts up. Slowly release the breath through your mouth. Exhale, and now inhale once again. Completely relax into the floor or bed. Take a moment here to notice all of the parts and pieces of your body and how they feel. Feel your head, neck, shoulders, arms, chest, upper back, stomach muscles, the sides of your body, lower back, hips, thighs, and calves. They have all been given your attention and care. Feel them relaxed, and in turn, you are relaxed. What a nice feeling. When you are ready, carefully sit up. You may want to stay in a sitting position before you stand, just to give your body a moment to adjust. Congratulations for completing your stretching workout. Well done. All of these exercises are further described and can be downloaded at BlindAlive.com. For more described workouts, go to BlindAlive.com. Thank you.
To learn more about BlindAlive and to order our products, visit us on the web at www.blindalive.com. While you're there, check out our blog and podcast. Finally, like us on Facebook and follow @BlindAlive on Twitter.